So welcome students to third year. This is our first lecture. In this semester, you and me will be together for this subject microcontroller and its applications. In previous semester, you have studied microprocessor, its basics, its programming, then its interfacing. Now we are studying microcontroller in this semester. The objective of this course are as follows. One of the most important objective of this course is to introduce you with the fundamentals of microcontroller. And after learning this course, you will get advantage or you will get the fragrance so that you can pursue higher studies in embedded systems or you can find employment in core industries of this microprocessor and microcontroller. Now basically embedded system uses both this microprocessor and microcontroller. So you'll get the knowledge of, you'll get the things related to this embedded systems also in this course. Another objective is to make you able to design microcontroller based system so that you can be the entrepreneur in the field of this embedded system, as well as another objective is to make you inclined to design and develop the processor which can be used in varied fields, robotics, automobiles, automotive electronics, space, and different research areas. Then another objective is to make you acquire optimization skills and undergo concepts of designs. Then you'll be able to identify the recent trends in microcontroller like pipelining and cache memory. You will be able to understand the application of microcontrollers, its applications in embedded systems. Then you'll be able to understand the architecture and features of typical microcontroller. Apart from that, the objective of this course is to make you learn about real-world input and output devices as well as interfacing of this microcontroller with different utilities. As far as outcomes of this course is concerned, at the end of this course, you will gain the ability to apply knowledge of engineering in designing different case studies. You will get the ability to conduct experiment based on interfacing of devices to do interfacing with real world utilities. Then you will be able to design real-time systems as well as real-time controllers so that you can use the knowledge that you have gained through this course in multidisciplinary systems like robotics, automobiles, etc. Even you can identify and formulate control and monitoring system using microcontrollers. Then you will be able to design a system which is cost effective and application specific. You will get acquainted with modern tools like debuggers, cross compilers, and integrated development environment tools. You will learn the importance of microcontroller in designing embedded applications. You will learn use of hardware and software tools, as well as you will be able to develop interfacing skills to real world devices. So this is all about this course objective and outcomes. The books that we are referring, most of your syllabus as far as Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University's microcontroller and its application is concerned, most of your syllabus will get covered in this book, Mazidi and Mazidi. It has to be the 8051 microcontroller and embedded system using assembly and C. It is by Pearson Education. You can refer any latest edition. I will recommend to purchase this book. Apart from that, you can refer Douglas Hall, then Gaukar that we already have referred in previous semester. Apart from that, these different reference books are given in your syllabus. So student, we'll just revise the concept that we already have studied in second year. If you remember the definition of microprocessor, that microprocessor is a multi-purpose programmable electronic register based device which is clock driven, and it accepts the binary data as input from input devices, processes that data according to instructions stored in this memory. Okay, this microprocessor, which consists of ALU, control unit, and register array, accepts the binary data as input from input device, processes that data according to instruction or program written in memory, and delivers the data as output. So in all, a microprocessor is an integrated circuit which incorporates core functions of a computer's central processing unit. We already have studied this 8085 microprocessor integrated IC having 40 pins, different function of its pin, how to interface that 8085 microprocessor with the different devices. Then what is microcontroller? Both this microprocessor and microcontrollers are used in embedded system. We'll check out definition of embedded system also. As far as microcontroller is concerned, microcontroller consists of all the things that microprocessor contains. Along with that, It got additional program memory, data memory, and input output devices along with ports on a single chip. Okay, so as far as microcontroller is concerned, microcontroller is a term used to describe a system that includes minimum of microprocessor. Now, what is minimum of microprocessor? Minimum of microprocessor is this: arithmetic and logic unit, control unit, and register array. Along with this, it consists of what? That integrated circuit consists of program memory, data memory, okay, in limited amount, then input output devices also, as well as ports. As it is written over here that some microcontroller system also include timers, counters, analog to digital converters, and so on. So microcontroller is a device which consists of minimum of microprocessor along with that limited amount of program memory, data memory, and input output devices on a single chip. Apart from that, some microcontroller system also include timers, counters, analog to digital converters, and different utilities on a single chip. So in this semester, we are going to learn about this microcontroller, the basic block diagram of 8051 microcontroller, its applications, then its interfacing, and how to design a real-time system using 8051 microcontroller. Everything we are going to learn under this heading, microcontroller and its applications. Okay. So this is the basic block diagram of a chip that you can approximate as a microcontroller, which consists of a microprocessor core, that is ALU, control unit, then register array, then it consists of program memory, then data memory, and apart from that, certain microcontrollers may have analog IO ports, then counters and timers, then serial IO ports, then different peripherals which are available to you on a single chip. Again, it is a clock-driven device which requires the external power supply. So this is all about the microcontroller's definition. So in short, you can identify the difference between microcontroller and a microprocessor. As far as microprocessor is concerned, to make a functional computer out of microprocessor, you need to interface, you need to attach RAM, ROM, that is random access memory, read-only memory, IO port, timer or serial communication port with the help of this address and data buses to your microprocessor. Then and then this complete system will be functional. So this parts you need to interface externally. However, in case of microcontroller, along with this CPU, limited amount of RAM, limited amount of ROM, limited amount of IO devices, then timer, serial communication port, everything is available to you on a single chip. So this is the basic difference between microprocessor and microcontroller, which reduces the interfacing hardware. Most of the things are available to you on a single chip. This is the basic difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. You can elaborate this difference along with you can elaborate this difference with this block diagram, that you need to interface this RAM, ROM, then timer, IO port, serial interface, so that a complete microprocessor based system will be functional. Whereas microcontroller itself is a miniaturized computer system consisting of limited amount of RAM, then this RAM, then ROM, IO port, serial interface, and timer. So as far as difference is concerned, microprocessor is the heart of computer system, microcontroller is the heart of embedded system. Mostly microcontroller is used for these dedicated applications. Microprocessor is just a processor. Memory and IO components have to be connected externally. Exactly, this memory and IO components have to be connected externally, whereas it is available to you in limited amount on your microcontroller. It cannot be used in compact system and hence inefficient, whereas in case of microcontroller, it is mostly used in compact system for efficient use. As interfacing is to be done with external components need to be interfaced. Cost effectiveness varies in case of microprocessor and microcontroller, as well as power consumption also in case of microprocessor is quite high as compared to microcontroller, and they do not have power saving features like microcontrollers. As far as next difference is concerned, since memory and IO components all are external, each instruction will need external operation, and hence microprocessors are relatively slower as compared to microcontroller. Microcontrollers are relatively faster than this microprocessor. Microprocessor have less number of registers and hence more operations are memory based, whereas in case of microcontroller, less operations are memory based. They are having large number of registers on the register. Microprocessors are based on Van Neumann model, that is a Van Neumann architecture, where program and data are stored in same memory model. Whereas the most important difference, microcontrollers are based on Harvard architecture, where program memory and data memory are separate. We have to study in detail what exactly is this Van Neumann and Harvard architecture. In case of Von Neumann, same memory is used for storing program and data, whereas in case of Harvard architecture, different program memory and data memory are available. Microcontrollers are mostly used in miniaturized or application-based systems like washing machine, MP3 players, then your remote controllers, etc. And microprocessors are mainly used in what? This personal computers. So friends, this was the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. Now coming on to an embedded system. Now basically an embedded system uses both microprocessor and microcontroller, both it uses as a hardware with software that is designed to perform a dedicated function. Okay, so basically embedded system is designed for performing a dedicated function. Okay, and it functions either as independent system or as a part of a large system, and it uses both microprocessor and microcontroller. And as far as applications of embedded systems are concerned, the applications of embedded system ranges from digital watches to microwaves to hybrid vehicles to avionics to automobile industry. Everywhere you will find applications of embedded system, and that's why I usually tell that electronics and telecommunication is the only branch which gives you flexibility to do career in robotics, to microwaves, to automotive electronics, to avionics, to space technology, to pure electronics, to telecommunication. Everywhere you can make career. So as far as basic structure of an embedded system is concerned, the embedded system consists of sensors, then analog to digital converter, processor, that is microprocessor or microcontroller, D2A converter, and actuator. So as far as sensor is concerned, the sensor measures and converts the physical quantity to an electrical signal, which can then be read by an embedded system engineer or any electronic instrument. A sensor stores the measured quantity to the memory. Then A to D converter converts that sensed signal, that analog signal, into digital signal that is processed by this processor, that is microprocessor or microcontroller. Then it is again converted into analog signal, which is to be given to actuator, which actually compares the output given by the D2A converter to the actual output stored on the levels that are to be sensed so that the external process can be triggered. In this way, embedded system works. So basically, an embedded system is a system designed for performing a dedicated function. It is an embedded system, or it operates as a part of a large system. It consists of microprocessor or microcontroller. Okay. And the basic structure of embedded system consists of sensor, A to D converter, microprocessor or microcontroller, D2A converter, and actuator. So this is all about first lecture, dear students. In this lecture, we have just revised the concept. We have identified the program objectives as well as program outcomes, then the books that we have to refer, and we have just revised the definitions that we have already studied. And we have gone through the definition of microcontroller, difference between microprocessor and microcontroller, and what is embedded system and what are the basic components of embedded system. Stay tuned and study happily. Thank you.